Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I am here for my usual live time. Okay. Ugh. I just finished filming Miss Kelly's Retro Kitchen, which will come out this Sunday at 5. And you got to go watch that so you can vote to win the $30 prize. Yeah, so that's what you got to do. So hopefully everyone's having a great week. I know it's only Tuesday, but, you know, hopefully it's a good start to the week, if anything. I know that things are going to get heated for the next couple weeks. Things here are not, well, it's not terrible, but it's kind of scary, you know. I honestly am afraid to vote in person because, you know, there's a lot of people, you know, trying to intimidate others, which I think is wrong, you know. You know what I don't understand is why can't we go back to the time, if this time ever really existed? You know, why can't we go to a time where we just don't talk about who we voted for? You know, because who cares? I mean, at the rate I'm going, I don't care anymore who you voted for, you know. It's come to the point where we just can't care. I mean, you know, I don't understand the whole conflict thing. You know, the left against the right against the left, and then there's the middle ground, that's me, who doesn't like either side, but yet if you don't pick a side, then, you know, because let me tell y'all something. The last election, I refused. I flat out refused. Hey, Mr. J, last election, I flat out refused to vote for Hillary. I just wouldn't do it. And I sure as hell wouldn't vote for Trump, you know. But the left was actually, hey, Cassandra, the left was actually a lot more meaner than the right because they claimed that, you know, hey, Lydia Gaming, they claim that if you vote third party, a vote for the third is automatically a vote for Trump. I mean, I remember whose name I wrote on my ballot, and it sure as hell wasn't Donald J. Trump. It was Clifton Roberts. Okay, I'm friends with Clifton Roberts. You know, you have to vote in order to complain. You know, that's the rules, right? You can't complain unless you don't vote. And you don't want to vote for the other two people. Unfortunately, this time around, there really isn't a third party choice. I don't know much about Jo Jorgensen. So, hey, Simon, I really don't like to talk politics on here, but, you know, I don't care about who you vote for anymore. It's just stupid. I'm so tired of people fighting over two people who just don't care about you. Do you think these two people care about us? They don't. They don't. We're pawns to them. We're peasants, you know. So, like, I'm aware that we have 2 more weeks until the actual election. Be kind to one another. No, I'm gonna save my liquor for next week. Yeah, I'll save it. I got plenty though. I think I'm gonna do another one of those streams next Monday, or if you guys want to do that today, we could do that today. We can go raiding other people if we get more folks in here. Hey, Mama Goonie! It was great. Honestly, with YouTube, between YouTube and TikTok, it was awesome. TikTok, oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. I had like over 1,000 views on my birthday video yesterday, but I had like a good 200 or 300 likes and a good 100 comments. Celebrity type folks too. I had a happy birthday from Perez Hilton, and Missy Elliott's funky white sister in the house. Wish me happy birthday on Facebook. And there is a really awesome, thank you, Lydia. there was also a really awesome person. She is trans, okay, and I support the LGBTQ community like hands down. They're the most awesomest people. Yeah, it was yesterday. Thank you, Mr. J. Hey, Candace. And this person is extremely, I mean, to me, they're famous, but anyone who has like 50,000 followers is definitely famous to me. And I got a happy birthday from Kennedy Monroe. I love her. Absolutely awesome. It was, what a great day. I mean, whoever says you can't have a great birthday on social media, thank you, Candace. You know, you can. You can because you just can. So, you know, but yeah, so I think that's pretty awesome. And we have really great communities out there. Yes, and Simon sang happy birthday. And Trendorama made a video a lot last year, but you know, it's all good, Candace. They do. I don't feel comfortable going in person, though. I do not. Hold on one second. Yeah, it just was. You know, I don't need a lot. You know, when you're 35 and a single parent and you can't do much on your own, you know, that's a lot. Yeah, you could do mail-in ballots. That's what I did. I already sent mine in, and it's already in and gone. Hi, Heather. Hold on one second. I did, Heather. Oh, in person? Yeah. Hey, Mona. So, yeah, you could do mail-ins. You can go in person. The only thing with the mail-in ballot, though, is that a lot of people are getting them kicked back because one little thing. If you do one thing wrong, so, you know, if it says, if you're doing the mail-in ballot, this is what I heard, okay? If you sign it, if your signature does not look like your driver's license or state ID that you use to register to vote, they will deny it. Oh, awesome. That's awesome, Heather. You know, you have that. If it says you got to do it in black pen and you do it in blue pen, they'll kick it back. I mean, I already did the mail-in ballot. I tracked it down and it went through. So, but in person, no, I wouldn't go in person. No. They have early voting, yeah, but here's the thing, is that, okay, so I don't know if they're doing this everywhere, but we have a problem with, they're called Trump trains. Yeah, it is, Mona. It is. It's not a good one, I can tell you that, and things are already, you know, very scary for us here. So they're having a lot of these things called Trump trains here, where they're driving around, they tape up their license plate, they're wreaking havoc on the road, not giving a damn, And, you know, they're sitting at the voting polls and things like that. I mean, listen, like I said, I'm not taking, I really don't, I'm not going to say who or what I'm going to vote for, but I have severe agoraphobia. Like, I don't do crowds if I could avoid them. So, dealing with that and seeing it, I don't want to go in person. I don't even want to walk to 7-Eleven anymore. I have not walked to 7-Eleven in 3 weeks. I don't want to. I'm afraid to be in my town. I'm not sure which you need to be more afraid of is the virus, or the virus as in the people, the people virus as in the people are the virus, you know what I mean? So I hear that, Mona. I hope it gets better, because this is just getting ridiculous. We can't keep going the way we're going. You got the human virus and the human virus. The human virus that we can't see and the human virus we do see. And, hey, Tabby. I mean, the thing is, we have to vote, you know, the lesser of the two evils. And I think that's bull. Anyone else think that's bull? That we have to pick one of these two people and neither of them is really all that great? You know, I don't like either or. I mean, just yesterday I was cursing out Cuomo. I personally am an independent. I don't take sides. And like I said, the last time when Hillary didn't win, I got attacked verbally, verbal threats even, from the left, because they knew damn well I wasn't going to bow down and vote for her. Unfortunately, this time there isn't another choice, so... But you gotta vote to be in it. You can't not do it. You know, I'm not gonna tell you who to vote for. Yeah, vote for Frankie, yeah. Oh, that was Pence, yeah. The debate is on Thursday. Thursday? And from what I understand is, they're going to turn the mics off. I actually want to see this, because I just want to see how this goes. But, yeah. I don't know. It's all kind of fishy. I think it's all just... We're just in a really weird place. But... Yeah, that's true, Cassandra. Yeah. I don't know much about that. Honestly, I don't really know much about Biden. I mean, the way I look, yeah. Well, maybe. And then they both go to jail and then problem solved, right? I don't know. At this rate, I mean, both sides have crappy kids and crappy families and just all around crappiness. You know, I don't like either side. I just don't. I mean, I don't want one side to win, but... Oh, I don't think I'm going to get myself worked up. I think it's actually going to be quite funny. I think it's going to be quite funny, though, to see, you know, them turn the microphones off and somebody going cuckoo. Honestly, it's just... But the one thing is... Yeah. Yeah, I'm afraid so, Mona. Yeah. I vote. I just don't really like either side. That's all. Both stink. But the one thing is this. At the end of the day, okay, I mean, we're all going to have our thoughts on... No, I wouldn't do that. If I do that, the people in my area, okay, they smell liberal. If you're a liberal, I guess that's how they figure out who you are. I don't know. I've had people... First of all, I never said I was, and I never said I support the left, because I don't. I don't support the left or the right, to be quite honest. And, so... For me, yeah, I don't support the left or the right. I just gotta vote for one and that's it. Just do a blind one. Just don't even look. Don't look, circle, and go. um, but the thing to me is, we're all gonna have our thoughts. Right. Exactly. Like I said, in my area, they smell liberals. I think. I think that's how it works. Not sure. Because I've had people say things, and unfortunately, Mr. J, there's no truth on either side. That's the unfortunate part. There's not much truth on either side. They both lie. That's what politicians are all about. Politicians, lawyers, and weathermen are all do the same thing. They lie for money and gains and things like that. So I personally don't support either or, but you can't go in my town. I live in a very Republican area, and I don't support Republicans generally, but I don't really support the left either. But, I'm somebody who's disabled, and I'm on disability, and I live in a program for handicapped people. And in this town, they don't like that. They don't like that. They don't want us here, because we're freeloaders. I mean, nobody picks to be disabled. Nobody chooses that. Nobody really, I've said this in my life time and time again. If you're somebody who has a career goal in life to be on Social Security or welfare or whatever, you need to get your head checked because, that's ridiculous. I don't want to be on disability anymore. Yeah, well, I keep to myself and I don't walk around here often. I just, honestly, that's why I take Uber. I don't take the public bus because it's too dangerous and too expensive. It just, I'm just tired of people fighting over two people who don't care about the people. I mean, that's it. It's good ratings for them. No matter what happens here, it's just like the Kardashians. It's like the Kardashians, if with the Kardashians, any publicity is good publicity, even if it's bad publicity. Bad is still good. It's still giving them attention, so it don't matter. They make money off of us. We don't make money off of them. So, I mean, Joe Biden's going to be taken care of for the rest of his life. He's a retired vice president. So he's still making his money. Trump, he gets voted out, he'll still get money out of this. No matter what, they're both going to collect a salary. Joe Biden doesn't lose all the money from his presidency thing. Well, they care, well, I feel like they care more about themselves and ratings and things. Hey, Jamie's here. Yeah, I don't think Kim Kardashian's terrible. No, I don't think she's terrible. I mean, there are things about her that I wish she didn't do. But, honestly, I'm not a vegan anymore. I really can't tell people not to do this and not to do that. And, wearing fur is stinky and old and not needed anymore. California, didn't they, I think they just banned all that anyways. Honestly, here's my thought on government. Don't worry about the president anyways. Worry about your local people. Those are the people you can count on. It is, Cassandra. It is. That's the one thing I don't like about the Kardashians. They do it on purpose. It's not just them. Lady Gaga, she's been approached. I mean, the thing is, I was a very big animal rights activist back in the day. And some things I don't like is, confronting people in a negative way. And some of them are really extreme. I mean, I was kind of mean, but I was never extreme where I would go up to somebody and assault them or anything like that, because that's not what the animals want you to do. You know, you have to educate as if you're speaking for them. Your heart has to be their heart, you know what I mean? And a lot of these animal rights activists, who I know personally, are really crazy people. I mean, Kim looks pretty awesome. I mean, I'm not totally a fan. Lady Gaga, I definitely do not like. I don't like her. Sorry, I just can't. I don't know, to me, I feel like her and Ellen are like in the same bubble there. You know, I didn't like what Lady Gaga's dad tried to do a few months ago. I didn't think it was right. New York City is loaded with homeless people. It is. New York is loaded with homeless people. In fact, that's another point I want to bring out to y'all today. Kindness is free, and we got to spread that. And if you see a homeless person on the street, it is not it's not there for your taking. That's not for your taking for you to take photos or videos. Don't take photos or videos of you, handing them things either for likes and views. That's just not nice. Don't exploit people's misfortune for your own personal gains. I can't stand that. This lady in my area, she decided to take a photo of a homeless man laying on the ground because he was charging his phone on the side of the church. You know, rather than taking a photo like that, which is obviously for many different reasons, it's not flattering. It's not flattering to take a photo where you got a photo of his bum and he's laying on the ground, charging his phone, and being homeless alone is not, I mean, we all go homeless for whatever reasons. Nobody really chooses to be homeless. There's many reasons to be homeless. Part of it's mental health related. In fact, I was just watching an old episode of Grey's Anatomy where there was a lady who was homeless because she was schizophrenic. A lot of schizophrenics are homeless because they can't stay in one place, So, well, yeah, well, drugs, yeah, well, that's a problem too. But, addiction is addiction, and nobody chooses to be addicted to anything, It's a mental health issue. Addiction's a disease, And, you got to get to the root of the problem of addiction. Sometimes somebody becomes addicted due to, sexual assault or, yeah, that's true, Mr. J. It's a lot, You also have to remember a lot of people who are on psychotropic drugs, they smoke and drink and do other things because they don't like the effects that their mental health drugs cause them. In fact, I did years ago, I did a presentation in my drug rehab, drug counseling class, because I never had intentions to be a drug counselor or anything like that, but I was homeless too, Mr. J, and it was certainly not due to a drug problem. Absolutely not. Nope. The problem is, see, that boils down to, the end of this part of this conversation is, A, please don't take photos or videos of people who are either homeless or are on drugs. That's not your business to take a photo or video of these people. That's so rude. You're not helping them. You're only humiliating them and using them for your own personal gain. Because let's say you take a video, okay, of someone homeless, right? You take a video of someone homeless, you put it on your YouTube channel, you're monetized, or that's your one video that goes viral. Who's going to get the money and all that stuff? The homeless person isn't going to get that money. You are. Are you going to share the fruits of their labor with them since you wrongfully took a video of them? No, you're not going to do that. And, rather than complaining about homeless people on the internet, you might want to take that 2 minutes you took a video of these people and go over to McDonald's or wherever and pick them up a hot meal and find out what you could do to help. Exactly, Mr. J. I went homeless. Oh, Well, I went homeless when I was pregnant with Jacob. I lived in a housing program just like I am now, except that housing program was only for single people. They did not have they did not have a they did not have a license for family housing. Okay, family housing is very hard to get here in New York. It's very limited, which it shouldn't be, and I'll get to that too. But in that sense, okay, I had to go homeless to get to the top of the list for family housing. I did have to stay in a homeless shelter. I was not on drugs. I just didn't have a chance. You know, it's life. You know, it's life. And drugs, alcohol, I mean, that's part of it, yes, but there are other reasons. So that leads me to the other problem. So Lady Gaga's dad there, I don't know what his name is, but Lady Gaga's dad puts a restaurant in Grand Central Station. Now, first of all, we all know, I mean, if you're not from New York, then you might not know, but if you are from New York, that's a very hot spot for homeless people. Anywhere people can get a free space is a hot spot for homeless people, but the train station is warm. They have heat on, you know. So they go inside. So Lady Gaga's dad put a restaurant over in Grand Central Station, and he was very upset with the fact that there are homeless people there. Well, I mean, you know, I don't know what to say, Mr. Gaga there, but I mean, here's a fine idea, is that maybe you could offer them like little jobs or something to help them get back on their feet. You know, maybe you could, give them a warm meal, and maybe you could have them wash dishes, or, something. I just hate that, when somebody just takes more time to complain about something rather than fix something. That's how I look at it. You got to fix it. You got to fix it, and that's it. It's obvious the government has no intentions of fixing the homeless problem because, it's either too expensive. Well, Heather, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because here on Long Island, we have homeless shelters. Yes, we do. But there's not enough room for everybody. That's another problem. There's not enough room. And that's before COVID hit and everybody went homeless. Well, there's no rights to anything like that, Mr. J. So let me explain homeless shelters in New York to you. I don't know how New York City does it because it's a different... So New York, we're one state, but we have many different counties with different governings. So Cuomo is just the head of the state altogether. But then you got, New York City has Mayor de Blasio, but then they had the 5 boroughs. Each borough has their own, and blah, blah, blah. So homeless shelters here on Long Island go exactly like this. If there's a bed there for you, you may have it, but it's not a free bed. It's not free. Homeless shelters aren't free. No. That's problem number one. Homeless shelters are not free. So what they'll do is, if you have a job, they'll take part of your earnings. If you don't have a job, they will send you to a work site, and they'll take those earnings. If you're on Social Security, you have a 3-month grace period to find yourself somewhere else to go. And if you're still homeless after 3 months, they will take your Social Security check, and that will cover you to be homeless in their shelter. There's nothing free about being homeless. Absolutely nothing free. There's a lot of rules, which, if you're paying for something, I mean, if you're in a homeless shelter and you're paying, you're definitely not getting your own space either. When I was in the shelter, it was a room with 6 beds. So I was in a room with 5 ladies. I mean, I got lucky because the 5 ladies weren't too terrible. You know, you don't get your own space. So if you're on Social Security and you're making $800 a month and they take your check and leave you with $40 a month, you know, that's, you know, $760 times 16 people. You know, for $760, you're sharing a room with 5 other people. That's not really cool now, is it? Then you got a curfew. You got to be in by 11 o'clock. There's no drinking or drugging, which makes sense, you know. But, you know, there's a lot of rules. And honestly, homeless shelters may not be the answer for a lot of people. You know, the people with the schizophrenia and other mental health related issues. You know, they don't, I mean, they have social workers at the homeless shelters and things like that, but they're not there to be your friend and talk to you about your problems. They're there to make sure you get the hell out as fast as you can. Because they need that, you know, there's another person waiting out there for that spot. You know what I mean? So, you know, and I would assume New York City does the same thing, but there really isn't enough, there's not enough homeless spaces for everybody. Right, exactly. Not, you know, you know, so another thing is, I think I was talking about this, I don't know if I was talking about this in a live recently, but another issue is, New York, Long Island was back in the day when they had the mental health hospitals. Long Island was number 3. We were top 3 in the world with our mental health system. We had 3 main hospitals here, and these hospitals. So, quick history lesson. So, what they would do is they would bring Irish immigrants over, and they would help build up these mental health hospitals. But these weren't just hospitals. It wasn't just like, you know, an emergency room and a few beds. Oh no, they were like little villages. They would have the main building, and then they would have many little buildings on the side. They would have their own farms. I mean, they were very abusive to the people in there. But for some people, that's all they ever knew. I'm Irish too, Mr. J. Yep. So, you know, back then, it didn't take very much to put somebody into the mental hospital, you know. You know, if you were a foster kid, you were a kid that ran away. You looked at your husband the wrong way. You looked at your mom the wrong way. A child delinquent. You could have been locked up in one of these hospitals for life even. You know? But that's another thing is, you know, if you went into one of these hospitals, yep. And, you know, you went into one of these hospitals, you know, they had to diagnose you, they had to put you on medicine, but that may become the only thing you ever know. And then you had, you know, Geraldo Rivera, he did that whole documentary on Willowbrook, okay? And we all know what happened from there. Willowbrook was terrible. And from that point on, they shut down most of the hospitals in New York State. One, you know, we lost Kings Park and the one from my hometown, and those places, you know, they literally just let the people out on the street with nowhere to go. So that added to the homeless problem. And, you know, so when that happened, you know, they had to create housing programs and day programs for these people. It was totally unethical just to throw them out like that. You know, some of these people, that's all they ever knew was, you know, institutionalism. So, unfortunately, not really. And there's not a lot. We only have one long-term facility here on Long Island now, and that place, unfortunately, is being sold to the Mets, thanks to Cuomo. The other hospital grounds are just empty shells for right now. But the hospital ground for my hometown, is currently going to be knocked down, and they're going to put condos and luxury stores there, which makes absolutely zero sense, because my hometown is a very, not a town where you put, that kind of stuff there. And they're not going to hire the people from that area, There was a lot of uproar. Yeah. Yeah, oh, absolutely, Mr. J. Absolutely. There was a documentary on the Kings Park Hospital a few years ago. It's actually quite eerie, but yeah. I mean, they're not as bad now, but they're not as great either. So yeah, so instead of taking these hospital grounds and creating housing programs, housing buildings for handicapped people, with just being sold off. And that's another thing is, if you go to Target and Dollar Tree in the morning, you'll see some of the homeless people sleeping outside of there. And the suspicion of that is these are former patients of those hospitals, and they just can't leave that area. That's all they ever knew. They probably lost friends and family in the hospitals. Like I said, homeless shelters may not be the appropriate situation for the mentally ill people, because they're not getting proper treatment in there. So, that's another problem. We need to up our mental health care. But in regards to mental health care, we need to find better ways of handling that. We need society to be less judging, stamp out the stigma, give these people proper jobs. And if they're going to go to school, oh my goodness, Mona. Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Oh, I love you so much. Right. They can't force them. No, they can't. The best thing we can do is we got to get society to be more open to hiring these people for real jobs. When I was in school, they talked us into going to a trade school, and I'm not against a trade school in any way, shape, or form. But the problem is, it depends on what you take, So you got to get these people to take programs that are actually going to equal a job. I didn't want to take the program I took. I was talked into animal science. I was told that I was going to become a dog groomer, and no, I'm not a dog groomer. I don't have a license. So they got to do that. Senator Warren talked about a program in New York that was paying handicapped people basically sweatshop wages to do things. I know exactly which program that is. In fact, a lot of us Long Islanders know exactly which program that is. And this program, what they'll do is, it's a program that's supposed to, give handicapped people an opportunity to make money. So they'll give them, these opportunities to, one of the things that they do is they have them stripping wires for the cable company, and they get paid $1.25 an hour. Hey, the Gaming Prince, welcome. They get paid $1.25 an hour to strip wires for the big cable company here on Long Island. That's not acceptable, I mean, for me, I'm on disability, and I'd like to work a part-time job. Now, see, this is what happens here in New York now, is I want to work a part-time job, which I'm allowed to do that, but the problem is our minimum wage went up to $13 an hour, okay? So our minimum wage is that high. In that case, you can only work 5-10 hours a week, and nobody wants to hire anybody for 5-10 hours a week. They want 15-20 hours. That's what minimum wage is, So there's that problem there. There's no way to get ahead. You can't make more than $980 extra, otherwise you lose your disability payments. And you can't do that. You can't lose your benefits, but at the same time, you're not even going to make enough to survive on if you do that. So, there's that problem. Nope, I get SSD. I don't think I have an I at the end. Nope, I get SSD. I used to get SSI, but I don't anymore. And that's the other thing is, as a child who's dependent, I don't get, food stamps or anything anymore either, I just get SSD. I get my Medicaid. I got to pay my rent, Even though you're on disability, your rent isn't free. These housing programs, they really need more facilities. They need to be given more facilities. And that would certainly help the homeless problem. Unfortunately, one of the reasons I've been kind of having issues is, I don't know if I told you guys this, but the nice lady upstairs, and I'm very happy for her. I'm not in any way, shape, or form, upset with her, but I'm very happy that she will be moving. They are giving her a one-bedroom apartment for herself. She doesn't have to deal with a roommate anymore, which is awesome. But I'm going to miss her dearly, because I'm here to myself. Yeah, that's true, Mr. J. That's exactly it. Yeah. Well, I mean, the $980 extra, though, I'm not sure, but I thought that was pretty much a done deal, because disability is federal, SSI is state. I don't get SSI anymore. But I don't know. I'm going to be moving to Florida in a couple of years, and I'll have to figure out how it goes down there. Florida has a lower minimum wage, so I may be able to work, a small part-time job all year round even. I don't know. I guess it'll depend on when I get there and how the RONAS is working out down there. We're pretty much under control right now here in New York. I don't know how long that lasts. I have no idea. I hope it does. We're supposed to be getting our movie theaters reopened this week on Thursday, the 23rd. Although, I have to say this. I don't know. Jamie, you still here? Charlie, I saw the trailer for your new movie, Jungleland. I am not interested. I don't know what happened there, but that movie looks all kinds of hella boring. All kinds of hella boring. I don't know what the hell happened there. I don't know. Charlie, he likes to pick a lot of independent type films, which I like that, Oh, yeah. So, hopefully you heard that. That Jungleland movie, I saw the new trailer, and it was all kinds of hella boring. I have no idea what the hell is going on in this movie. I don't even care. I ain't watching it. I used to be one of those people, oh, it's Charlie, I gotta see it. I saw the trailer, I'm like, what the hell is this? And the thing is, movie theaters for us can open on Thursday. Yeah, I know. Charlie's old news, and that movie looks like I said, it's all hella boring. Boring. Very boring. Doesn't even look exciting. And they tore up your town for this? For something boring? Wow. I mean, I didn't even know that this guy worked in a factory and he fought and this and that. I'm like, wow, this is a lot of stuff going on. Too much for my eyes. No, Charlie, that movie looks pretty bad. I mean, The Gentleman was actually pretty good. I rented it. I wouldn't buy it, but, I rented it. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't my cup of tea, But see, the thing is, the movie theaters can open this week for us. Not all of New York now. Not all of New York can open, because New York City's kind of having a problem right now. I don't know if you guys know that. Not all of New York City. Oh, it's Friday. Yep. Okay, so starting Friday, we can go back to the movies. I think it's at 25% capacity or something like that. I don't feel comfortable with that, just so you know. I don't know how that looks, per se. I'm not doing it, but just so y'all know, before I forget, Miss Kelly's Retro Kitchen has been filmed. It's uploaded. And it's ready for, it's set for to premiere Saturday at 5 o'clock. I'll tell you, this video was all kinds of complicated because this dish was very many steps. But it was kind of tasty. The next one might be interesting, too. Do you guys want to vote on the recipes all the time? Do you want to be able to do that? I'd like that. I have some ideas for other ones. So if you guys want to keep voting, I mean, there's only going to be one giveaway, which is fine. But if you guys want to keep voting on the recipes that we cook, that's cool. So that video will premiere. Yes, I do Miss Kelly's Retro Kitchen. It is a retro cooking show. And I have a giveaway going right now, where I have you guys voting on the recipes. I picked two, and you vote for one of the two. They're old. We're currently working with a cookbook called What's Cooking in Kentucky. That's what we're doing. Our first recipe was a chicken jambalaya. And the one that will be premiering Sunday is a creamy chicken casserole with a biscuit topping. And I don't know what's going to come after that. It will all lead up to whenever Miss Maisel comes out. I heard December 6th, but now I'm not so sure. I don't know. Rumor has it that may not happen. But we're going to cook retro recipes, and I give you a little history lesson about, like this week, the recipe came out of What's Cooking out of Kentucky. I gave some history about Kentucky. The next one, the recipe will come from that cookbook as well. So maybe we'll talk about, celebrities and things like that from Kentucky. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But yeah, we'll talk about, the history of Pyrex and casseroles and things like that. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever had goulash that I can think of, but that is on my to-do list of my retro cooking show recipes. The power of Pinterest is there are a lot of really great old-time recipes on there. All the brand recipes that are on there from like the old magazines are there, so we'll be doing that. I don't know if I've told you this, but I'm very much, I mean, I'm not Italian in any way, shape, or form, but I've always been obsessed with, learning about Al Capone, and Boardwalk Empire was my most favorite TV show. And I think Stephen Graham, who is very, very British, he's got a very thick British accent, thicker than Charlie's, even, because I think he's from Liverpool. Oh, Frankie's here. You want to say hi, Franks? Come here. Want to say hi? No? Yes? Maybe? Oh. Want to say hi? No? Okay. Okay. She's in Napland. So one of the things I do want to do is I will do one episode where I'm going to cook one of Al Capone's favorite dishes. But that's not the next one, but I do plan on it. Maybe I'll do Nucky Thompson too. I used to love Boardwalk Empire. Is that a show y'all liked? I love that. That was awesome. Anything that Martin Scorsese does is the best. Yeah. I love Martin Scorsese movies. He was a really awesome director. And if you'd like to give Miss Kelly a call to be in one of his movies or shows, I'd be more than happy to oblige and be in something that he does. So, yeah. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? I like him. Martin Scorsese is a favorite of mine. He does some really great stuff. And, so, yeah, that's what the cooking show is. It will premiere this Sunday at 5 o'clock. It's kind of like us having Sunday dinner together. I don't have Sunday dinners anymore because my grandma passed in 2011, sorry. She passed in 2011, just shortly after Jacob had been born. And so no more Sunday dinner. I did have my favorite grandma's dish for my birthday. which is chicken paprika. No galushka this time. But yeah, but as far as goulash goes, it's totally on my list of things. I never had ratatouille either. I've only seen the movie Ratatouille, but I do want to cook ratatouille on a video. I got lots and lots of ideas for that, and I get all dressed up in retro-y clothes, and yeah, it's a whole big thing. I went over to my favorite consignment shop in Manhattan a few weeks ago, Buffalo Exchange, and I plan on going there in December. There will be another New York City vlog coming in December. Yep. And I'll be going over there hoping to find more vintage dresses. And I did get a new camera. I'll show it to y'all here. Now, this was only $40. Hey, Jaja Galore, hello. I know. I was on hiatus for a while, too. This whole Corona stuff, it just makes you not want to do what you're supposed to do, you know what I mean? But I am officially back on a schedule. I might add a live on Mondays, because last night we did a Raiders stream, and it was really awesome. We really did a lot of stuff. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're feeling better. We had a really great time, and I think I might add that to Mondays. Our Sunny Bro, Prince Magnum, does Raiders streams on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock, so that's tomorrow. You guys may want to try that out. If you're not subscribed to Prince Magnum, I think you guys need to do that, because you're going to love him. He does really awesome streams, and that's one of the ones I really like him doing. And I think we all should do that from time to time. So I might add a live on Mondays to do that, because we had a really good time last night. So, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Honestly, for a long time, I was not focusing on, throughout this time, I thought I was going to be able to go live all the time and do a weekly, you know, quarantine vlog, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't bear to do it. So I focused on TikTok for a little while, because you can get monetized on TikTok. They have what's called the TikTok Creators Fund, and I'm halfway there to that. So I was focusing on TikTok and just getting my mind cleared, and here we are. I premiere Wednesdays and Fridays every week, and we also premiere Sundays twice a month for the Miss Kelly Retro Kitchen. So this is my new camera. Don't worry, I'm not filming. I got this in the Amazon Prime sale. It was $40, and it looks just like, you know, the GoPro. I was talking to our crew here, and they said some of the cheaper ones do the same job. So I'm giving it a whirl in its whirl. And yeah, for $40, I mean, I'll give it a try. And I guess we'll soon find out. The only thing is my laptop will not download the app for the to do that. So there's that. So they had other apps. They had other editing apps that I took that were free, and you know, we'll give it a shot. And we have a lot more stuff coming out. And I found that having a consistent schedule has been helping, and that's great. I'm really happy about that. I was feeling really down in the dumps about doing my channel and wasn't having it, and I had an idea, and it was Miss Kelly's Retro Kitchen, and I figured I was actually going to postpone it until Miss Maisel came out, but now that I don't know when that is, can't do that. So, but anywho, I don't think Jamie is going live today. So I'm going, do we have somebody we'd like to raid? Let's raid somebody. Let's do a little raid. Let's do a raid party. What do y'all think? Who's here who wants to do a raid party? I want to do a raid party. Let's raid a few people for a little while. How about that? All right. Yeah, it looks pretty similar. Now the only thing is, when you do this, you want to make sure that they have good reviews on their on Amazon. Otherwise, and this one had 4 out of 5, and most of them had 4 out of 5. So that's what I figured was the right thing to do. So let's see who we can. Let's do a quick raid. Let's see, who do we got? Who's this? Okay. Who's here? Put a thumbs up so we can go do a raid. And we can come back and raid somebody else if you like. Let's see, who do we have here? I see a few cool people. Oh, wow, there's actually a lot. Okay, okay. Who's here who wants to do a Miss Kelly raid? Let's do... Let me see if this person actually really is live. Hold on. Hey, puppy. Oh, no, okay. So, hey, pup. All right, let's go. Oh, dear. Okay. What do you think, Frankie? What do you want to raid? You want to pick somebody? You're taking up the camera. Frankie doesn't want to share. Okay, so let's go. Simon, you here? Do you have someone you want to raid? You had a bunch of great people yesterday. Let's see. Oh no, Jaja. Okay, we'll remember you for next time. Frankie. Let's see. How about... Where are my headphones? Oops, hold on one second. I'm going to grab my headphones so we can do it this way. Whoops. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Okay. This one. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to put my headphones on because you don't want to put someone else's live in your video and get in trouble for that. Oops. All right. All right, who's ready for this? All right, you guys gonna have to say this is a Miss Kelly's raid. Y'all ready for this? Who's here who wants to do a raid? All right. Oops. And go. Let's do it. Y'all here? Want to go do a raid? Here we go. If I see y'all there, I'll say Miss Kelly raid. Oops. Oh, shit. Oops. Hold on one second. I didn't realize I didn't put my headphones in. Y'all here? Who's going? Are we going? No? Well... Well... Okay, then. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to wish you all a good night, then. Okay, bye. Remember, kindness is free. So spread that. Not cooties. Bye, guys. Night.